Hello and welcome to another episode of the Expertly German podcast, the podcast to learn German. Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Episode des Expertly German Podcast, dem Podcast zum Deutschlernen. Oh yeah, let's go into the lesson. Das Sprichwort der Woche heißt: Da hat jemand wohl einen Clown gefrühstückt. Jemand hat einen Clown gefrühstückt. Looks like somebody had a clown for breakfast. I guess that's how you could translate it. Well, it's used to criticize somebody when they are, being funny or trying to be funny during a serious or generally inappropriate situation. So, if someone says a joke or something like that, and you kind of feel like, well, this is actually not the right moment to make a joke, then you could say, well, da hat wohl jemand einen Clown gefrühstückt. Anyway, let's continue with the podcast. Today I have three parts for you, not just two as usual, but three parts. The first part is an exercise part as usual. Second part, the news in German, also as usual. But in the last part, we will have Louise back and I will learn together with her two new verbs. Or maybe not new verbs, but verbs that sound very similar but mean something completely different. Well, that's at the end of the lesson. Let's first start with the exercise. Today, I want to talk about Verben am Abend. Verben am Abend. Verbs in the evening. Well, just 5 verbs. Let's create some sentences with those, and hopefully, you can talk a little bit easier about what you're doing in the evening. Let's start with the first one: to take a bath. To take a bath. What is that in German? Ein Bad nehmen. Yes, ein Bad nehmen. For example, how would you say, I like to take a bath in the evening? Am Abend nehme ich gerne ein Bad. Am Abend nehme ich gerne ein Bad. I like to take a bath in the evening, or directly translated, it would be in the evening or on the evening. Take I to like a bath. Well, that sounds a little bit weird, so that's why the English translation would be a bit different. Next one, to cook. Yes, kochen. That one is easy. How would you say now that my mother cooks always delicious food in the evening? Again, my mother always cooks delicious food in the evening. And the translation would be: Meine Mutter kocht immer leckeres Essen am Abend. Meine Mutter kocht immer leckeres Essen am Abend. So, lecker is delicious, and then immer is always, and then just kocht, conjugated kochen, easy peasy. Next one, to visit friends. To visit friends. Yes, Freunde besuchen. So, how would you say, I visit friends in the evening? Yes, correct. Ich besuche abends Freunde. You could also, instead of saying am Abend, you could just say abends. Ich besuche abends Freunde. I visit friends in the evening. Cool. And the next one, to play. Yes, to play is just spielen. So, how would you now translate the maybe a little bit more difficult sentence? I don't like to play video games. I think it's a waste of time. I don't like to play video games. I think it's a waste of time. Okay, and this sentence is a bit more difficult. So, ich spiele nicht gerne Videospiele. Komma, ich denke, es ist Zeitverschwendung. Waste of time, die Zeitverschwendung. Ich spiele nicht gerne Videospiele. Ich denke, es ist Zeitverschwendung. And the last verb, Fernsehen. Simply, how would you say, my dog likes to watch TV? And the answer would be, mein Hund sieht gerne fern. Yes, Fernsehen is a separable verb. So that's why it's not mein Hund fernsieht gerne, but mein Hund sieht gerne fern. Okay, let's recap this quickly. The five verbs in the evening are ein Bad nehmen, kochen, Freunde besuchen, spielen und Fernsehen. Cool. All right. And now we come to the second part, but not the last part. The second part, the news in German, die Nachrichten auf Deutsch. Zu wenig Angebot bei hoher Nachfrage. Too little supply while high demand or while in high demand. Im Jahr 2021 hat die Zahl der Krankschreibungen aufgrund psychischer Erkrankungen ihren bisherigen Höchststand erreicht. In 2021, the number of sick leave due to mental illness has reached its current all-time high. Well, that's not great. So Krankschreibungen is, the sick leave. So when you write someone sick, Krankschreibung or plural Krankschreibungen. Next sentence. Bereits vor der Pandemie mussten Betroffene durchschnittlich 5 Monate auf einen Therapieplatz bei einem Psychotherapeuten warten. Even before the pandemic, those affected had to wait an average of 5 months to get a place in a therapy with a psychotherapist. A lot of THs here for a German. I apologize. Durchschnittlich is on average. Durchschnittlich as one word. Long words in the German language, I know. Next sentence. Seit Beginn der Pandemie ist die Wartezeit drastisch gestiegen, denn Psychotherapeuten erhielten im Schnitt 7 Anfragen pro Woche von Neupatienten im Januar 2021. So, since the beginning of the pandemic, the waiting time has increased dramatically, with psychotherapists receiving an average of 7 inquiries per week from new patients in January 2021. Im Vergleich waren es im Jahr 2020 im Schnitt nur 5 Anfragen pro Woche. In comparison, in January 2020, there were only 5 inquiries per week on average. So here, im Schnitt is pretty much the same as durchschnittlich. Both means on average. Die Zahl der zugelassenen Psychotherapeuten nimmt zwar zu, aber nur etwas mehr als die Hälfte sind für gesetzlich Versicherte zugänglich. Although the number of licensed psychotherapists, zugelassene Psychotherapeuten, yeah, licensed psychotherapists, Jesus, what a word. Although the number of licensed psychotherapists is increasing, but only slightly more than half are accessible to patients with statutory health insurance. So, statutory health insurance is gesetzlich versichert. Yeah, gesetzlich means by law insured, kind of like that, gesetzlich versichert. Cool, all right. Obwohl die aktuelle Bundesregierung dieses Problem bereits erkannt hat, ist unklar, wann die Verbesserung der psychotherapeutischen Versorgung geplant ist. Although the current federal government has already recognized this problem, it is unclear when the improvement in psychotherapeutic care is planned. Jesus, psychotherapeutic is really a difficult word. Psychotherapie, that is the German word. So much easier to say, right? Anyway, let's go with the second news topic of the day. Pannen statt Panzer. Breakdowns instead of tanks. Zwar hat die Bundeswehr einen Zuschuss von 100 Milliarden Euro von der Bundesregierung erhalten, doch löst dies nicht alle Probleme. Although, ja, der zwar, although the German armed forces received a grant of 100 billion euros from the federal government, this does not solve all their problems. Der Etat der Bundeswehr ist bereits seit der Annexion der Halbinsel Krim stetig gestiegen. The German Armed Forces budget has steadily increased since the annexation of the Crimean Peninsula. Dennoch ist in den vergangenen Jahren jedes Rüstungsprojekt entweder gescheitert oder verschoben worden. Oder es hat das Budget völlig gesprengt. Completely busted the budget. Gesprengt. Still, in recent years, every armament project has either failed or been postponed or completely exceeded the budget. Die Schuld schieben sich die Rüstungskonzerne und das Verteidigungsministerium gegenseitig zu. The blame, the defense companies and the Ministry of Defense blame each other. However, in the German sentence, you start first with die Schuld schieben sich, bla bla bla, zu. Two more sentences in the news. Hersteller kritisieren, dass neue Änderungen für Verbesserungen ständig zu höheren Kosten und Lieferverzögerungen geführt haben. Manufacturers criticize the fact that new changes for improvements have constantly led to higher costs and delays in delivery. Die Politik hingegen kritisiert, dass die Hersteller den Geldbeutel und die Geduld des Staates ausnutzen. Politicians, on the other hand, criticize the fact that manufacturers are taking advantage of the state's wallet and patience. Die Geduld, the patience, that's probably a cool word to know. Die Geduld, geduldig sein ist immer wichtig. Deshalb finde ich das ein sehr gutes Wort. Okay, so and with the last part, I have Louise with me. Welcome back, Louise. Willkommen zurück.
Oh, vielen Dank, Tom.
Okay, so recently I did a post on Instagram about stellen and stehlen. Stellen is to place, to put, and stehlen is to steal. They're written very similar, but mean complete different things.
Something I love about the German language.
Yes. So you literally change one letter and it has a completely different meaning. Stellen would be S-T-E-L-L-E-N, to place, to put. Whilst stehlen would be S-T-E-H-L-E-N, to steal. Okay, so Louise, can you maybe conjugate stellen, to place, to put for the listeners?
Yeah, I think this one's a nice, easy one to conjugate, so I'm gonna go with it. Ich stelle, du stellst, sie oder es stellt.
Ja, sie, es stellt.
Stellt. Wir stellen, ihr stellt, sie stellen.
Ja, perfekt. And well, can you think of an example sentence? Let's use the one from the Instagram post, actually, so that's probably like easier for people to follow as well.
And easier for me to do.
Yeah.
That stellt den Ordner auf den Tisch.
Yes.
He puts the folder on the table.
Yeah, so der Ordner, the folder, and obviously der Tisch, the table. Stellt den Ordner auf den Tisch. How would you actually say this in the perfect, in the past?
Okay, so it would be hat den Ordner auf den Tisch gestohlen?
Gestellt.
Ach, gestellt. Okay, try again. Hat den Ordner auf den Tisch gestellt.
Yes, perfect. You're grammar genius.
High five. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Feels like it.
All right. So what was the other one? Now we go to stehlen.
Okay.
Stehlen is to steal. Can you conjugate this one for the readers as well, for the listeners?
So this one's a funny one. Ich stehle, du stiehlst?
Ja, du stiehlst.
Du stiehlst. Sie oder es stiehlt.
Ja,
Wir stehlen. Ihr stehlt.
ja.
Sie stehlen.
Perfect. Exactly. So, and now the sentence from the post.
Okay, so der Hund stiehlt die Wurst.
Yes.
The dog steals the sausage.
Awesome. Der Hund stiehlt die Wurst. And now, how would you say the dog stole the sausage, but using the present perfect?
That would be, what would that? Der Hund hat
Ja.
die Wurst gestohlen.
Yes, der Hund hat die Wurst gestohlen. So, well, guys, those are two verbs that look very similar, sound a bit similar, but mean complete different things. Louise, do you have any final thoughts on the weirdness of the German verbs?
No, I was trying to come up with something funny about these two things that you could mix up or something like that. But no, I think that seals the case.
Okay, cool.
The Hund stole the sausage.
Thank you very much, guys, for listening and learning with me, with us, German today. Go to my website, expertlygerman.com. There's also a link in the show notes for 2 free ebooks. Yes, free and yes, ebooks. So there's one for beginner and one for business German. You can just find the links in the show notes, or you find it on my website easily. I wish you a great day, guys. Cheers, guys, and bis bald.